About my education, recently I completed my master's degree in English literature. Apart from this, I run a YouTube channel which is based on spoken English conversations. And I'm a spoken English trainer by profession as well. So I help my students to speak English.
As also we are meeting first time. I'm so curious to know about you and your background and qualification like that.
You know, my name is Ashutosh Dwivedi, and I am from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. About my education, recently I completed my master's degree in English literature. Apart from this, I run a YouTube channel which is based on spoken English conversations. And I'm a spoken English trainer by profession as well. So I help my students to speak English. And before my master's degree, I did my bachelor's degree from Banaras Hindu University. So that's why I know Banaras very
Oh,
well.
great. Okay, then let's start.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. So, yes, so tell me something more about yourself, means as you said about your place and like,
Yeah.
but what about your profession and what do you do
Okay.
whenever you get time? Mhm.
Right. Professional, I'm advocate in practice in Mumbai, and as well as I started a YouTube channel because due to English communication, I suffer a lot because my entire education completed in Hindi medium. I was unable
Mhm.
to communicate in English. It take 2 years for improvement English communication. And one day I was listening a podcast.
Mhm.
Podcaster told that you have to think what we are doing and what we are serving for the society, and where you suffer a lot in that area you can provide the awareness. Because of your awareness, people will get benefited. They can take a step and overcome the problem which are felt. And then that did thought, let's start and talk to different peoples and take a feedback and upload on YouTube. If people will watch, those are beginners who want to learn English communication, but they think that English is very big task. We can't learn easily. This is a mindset. But I know the value of the English communication and I know the process of English communication. How can people learn? They can easily learn, they can easily speak, but you have to follow the process. So, first advice to beginner who want to learn the English communication. This is a perfection advice because perfection create the fear. They afraid about the limiting belief. They have believed that we can't speak. The reason is that the cause of the fear. And if you really talk about perfections, then what is the fear of the perfection? It is the fear of not being good. It is the fear of failure. And it is the fear of judgment of other people. And also it is a fear of rejections. These are the misconception of the perfection. And due to that, the beginners unable to take a step. And those fear paralyze us because our
Mhm.
mind never taken a step. Then everywhere have a process. Until you are not ready to fail, until you are not ready to learn, then how it will possible you to learn? And what we do, it's little bit harder because if you want to any valuable skill, then definitely it will be hard because our minds create the
Mhm.
pop-up of what kinds of pop-up mistake of failure. Our minds told that don't do now because you are not perfect. If you are going to do that, then people will laugh on you. If you are doing mistake, then people will be criticizing you. These types of doubt created by our mind, and because of that you are not taking step. Then very simple, if people sit in the our mind one sentence, then anyone can learn the English. The sentence is that done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. Don't think about perfect, at least you have done. You have to start one step, two step, three step, and gradually you feel that improvement. Until you are not collect the content, you are not collect the data, then how can possible you reply? Then first step there, you have to start the collection of data, like vocabulary, sentences, different kinds of awareness. What is the actual myth of English communication? Then you can overcome. Then you can kill the fear. This is a advice for beginner who want to learn, who want to take a step. And the reason is that before taking a step, they are thinking about result. This is the biggest problem for beginner. Then I again advising to beginner, really if you want to overcome this problem, then you have to ready fail. And what we do, it's little bit harder, because if you want to any valuable skill, then definitely it will be hard, because our minds create the
Mhm.
pop-up of mm, what kinds of pop-up mistake of failure. Our minds told that don't do now because you are not perfect. If you are going to do that, then people will laugh on you. If you are doing mistake, then people will be criticizing you. These types of doubt created by our mind, and because of that you are not taking a step. Then very simple, if people sit in our mind one sentence, then anyone can learn the English. The sentence is that done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect. Don't think about perfect, at least you have done. You have to start one step, two step, three step, and gradually you feel that improvement. Until you are not collect the content, you are not collect the data, then how can possible you reply? Then first step there, you have to start the collection of data, like vocabulary, sentences, different kinds of awareness. What is the actual myth of English communication? Then you can overcome. Then you can kill the fear. This is a advice for beginner who want to learn, who want to take a step. And the reason is that before taking a step, they are thinking about result. This is the biggest problem for beginner. Then I again advising to beginner, really if you want to overcome this problem, then you have to ready fail, and failure is a success of the mother. If you want to success, then create the surrounding of failure, because in this way you learn what was the mistake, where I did mistake, and how can correct it. If your why will be strong, then how will be easier. Then this thing I learn, still I'm not thinking that I'm so improved, but at least I'm able to convey my thought with any people. The meaning of the English communication is that deliver our thought, send our message. If your formally communication is there, then no need of the grammar. But if you are going to participate any legal activity or any professional work, then grammar is mandatory part. But at least you have to take a step. Gradually also learn the grammar where have to use, because your confidence level that much will improve, and you feel curiosity to learn more. And if you start the understanding, then your dopamine will be increased, and due to that you have to create creativity to think on more and more and more, and one day you feel command on English communication. And this is a mantra, and this is a process of English communication. My message to beginners, don't bother, don't fear of the perfections. Let's start. What will happen? We are not going to die. This is a English language, and no anyone criticizing us. They know this is a way. If I am speaking, if you are speaking, there somewhere we are fail, but we learn how can perfect it, how can correct it. And this is my awareness about English communication. Now Atishod, I am know about yourself, what is your opinion?
Yeah, my opinion, of course, practice makes a man perfect. So until or unless you're not going to speak, you're not going to become better at speaking. Most of the people think that when they become perfect in grammar, when they would be able to understand and read everything, then they are going to speak. But speaking is totally different from written English. We know how to write, but we do not know how to speak. because speaking is a skill. Even though we have been studying English as a subject since childhood, but till now we struggle to speak English because we do not have surrounding, and we do not try to take a step further to speak English. We are not finding friends or making friends with whom we can discuss in English. In that way, of course, I started my journey 4 years ago, and I was not able to speak English, and I did not think about speaking English as I was born and raised in Hindi speaking area. So I felt Hindi is really important for whole country, and without English also I can manage. But then later I thought it's very important if you want to interact with the people from all around the world, even though the people of our country, particularly from South India, Northeast, then you should know English because common language is English now, not Hindi. So that's how then I started learning and I started speaking to people by practicing and by doing more and more audio and video conversations. Only I was able to improve. And I used to listen to English content. Nowadays also I watch English content, I read English stuff. Whatever I do, I make sure I do in English. So that's how I'm able to improve. And I did not study grammar a lot, to be honest. I know basic grammar, tenses, and all those things, but I did not go very deep into the grammar. That when I would be perfect, then only I would start my journey. From the first day onwards, I started speaking to strangers, and right now I'm able to express my thought. Yes, I make mistakes here and there, and that's pretty normal because I'm not a native speaker. I'm not perfectionist, but I'm trying to improve as much as I can. Yeah.
Yes. And somewhere I feel that people are so bothered about the tone of the voice. They think that I have to change my voice tone. What is the need of that? Our intention is just first have to understand the English, and after that you can work on your voice because it's not mandatory task. If you want to speak and people are listening you, the intention is that deliver our task as well as you can. And somewhere I observed that I'm listen. I uploaded 7 to 9 video on my YouTube channel. I'm not going to cut and edit anything and voice, and I'm not also increasing the voice. But somewhere I think that I'm also observed that people are making some cut and edit, and due to perfection, and those are beginner, they so bother. Now he's speaking very perfect, he's doing very well. They don't know what the reason behind that. Then somewhere I'm think that I will not do like that what other people are doing. And if you see the my voice speed is little bit slow because I want to speak clearly. People should understand. I'm not want to take a more step because my vision is that how can I express our thought. Understanding the main crucial part of the English communication. If you feel that now I'm improved a lot, now I'm being a master, then you can change your voice module, you can change our sentence structure. But beginning you have to follow ABCD, and after that you will learn the further process. You will learn the extraordinary process.
Right, exactly. Of course, you cannot become a native speaker from first day onwards. You cannot speak like American or British guy or Canadian speaker. You have to know how to express your thoughts first. And when it comes to content creation, of course, when you reach to a certain level, people want to create a quality content. So they cut that part which is not so good, and only they show the highlights, which is the best from them. So, but people think that they are able to speak non-stop for 30 minutes, 40 minutes without making a single mistake. But that's not correct. They just take a lot of retakes. They record again and again. Maybe they are recording that video for 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, and 10 times. Then they come with that final product. But beginners are not able to understand, and they always compare themselves to people who are on the peak. So and of course, practice. They did a lot of practice. That's why they are on that level. So you have to make a lot of practice, then only. Everybody was a zero when they begin or when they started. So now of course it's the matter of your consistency. The more you practice, the better you become. So but they should understand that nobody is going to be perfect from the first day onwards. It takes a long time to become excellent, to become an expert.
Right. And one thing I observing that I meet to many people who are having a very crucial post in a government sector, like IPS, IES, but they are also same mediocre level. They are not have extraordinary speaker because somewhere someone from native like Hindi medium, some are Marathi medium, but they are having a post not for English communication. They are having post for our skill. They know the skill, how can handle it, and also meet the many professionals. They are suffering. They are express the thought. They are no, giving the feedback. We are sufferer like that. And after degree, after graduation, they are having a job as a professional, but still they are fumbling. They are unable to speak very fluently because reason is that they told that because of lack of the practice we are speaking like that, and even they are learning for fluency. The only people can speak very fluent, those are create the environment since childhood. Then somewhere I ask the people and they reply that because of my environment I am unable to talk with the people. Then one question also arises in my mind: who is the responsible for our environment? Because if you ask the really honestly, then you found that we themselves responsible for our environment. Once we know the only cause is the environment, you are unable to speak, then you have to found the environment. On the social media many people are available for your free conversation. On YouTube many videos are there, they can provide the technique, but reason is not that the environment. Reason is that childish excuse. They are making childish excuse and they never think that actual what is the reason. You are scrolling the social media half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hour, but we are not working 10 minutes for our vocabulary. You are not try to speak with the people because you are waiting for perfections. And this is a big enemy for our journey who want to improve the English communication, who want to learn the English communication. First you have to work on our mindset, and after that you have to work on English communication. And my 100% surety that people will learn within 6 months, because this is a language, it's not one day 2 day task. At least it will take 6 months and you will be speak like us, because the perfections never exist in the life, and actions create the result. And this is the my understanding. Since 2 years I'm working on that, and I'm not providing so much time, only half an hour every day. Sometimes I'm not able to provide that time also. If I can speak, then anyone can speak. I meet the people 60 years, 75 years, 84 years lady. She learn 84 years lady. She learn within a 6 month fluency of the English communication. Then why not other people? Anyone can learn. But you have to believe. If you have belief, then universe will support you. And this is my experience. Now time is going on, and Astos, I want to last your feedback and your opinion, and after that we will wrap up the session.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about devotion, that how strong your why is and why you want to work on that English. As you said, many professionals, I would say nowadays people want to become influencers. And if they want to become influencers, English is very important because you want to reach out to more and more people. But many people who are in a profession as an, just, I would say IAS, IPS, so they do not interact a lot in English and they do not see themselves as an influencer. They are taking care of their responsibilities, that's it. But if somebody wants to be an influencer, content creator, they should know that how to communicate well, how to reach out to more and more people. And it's all about your, I would say, a devotion, that how dedicated you are to learn something in your life. It does not matter like you're 84, 60, 65. It's all about consistency and your dedication. If you're consistent enough, for sure you are going to get good results, because practice makes progress. If you are doing practice in a right way, for sure it is going to give you results. So that's what it is. But most of the people are just, yes, they are giving excuses, they don't want to start because it's not easy. Of course it's not difficult, at the same time it's not easy, because making consistency is very difficult. Maybe you will talk with someone for 30 minutes today, tomorrow, overmorrow, but after the 3 days you feel bored that, oh my God, like it will take a long time to speak English. Then you will think that why I need English? Why should I become a better speaker? It is not very important in my life. There is no relation, like, if spoken English in my profession, I can survive without being a good speaker also. Then we leave our journey and we feel we are okay with whatever skills we have. But if you are dedicated, if you are passionate, if you are really I would say you have that enthusiasm and you have that fire in your belly that you want to become a wonderful speaker, you can be. So but it is all about efforts, because nobody can become better without putting efforts, because it is a matter of practice only. The more you practice, the better you become.
Right. And last sentence I want to message for beginner. First, you have to change your attitude because I mentioned the earlier, and I'm last. Done is better than perfect. Let's start. Don't think about perfections. Now, very nice to talk with you, Atsos. Really, this is a great session.
Okay, so okay, thank you so much, sir. Many many thanks to you.
Okay, thank you.
And it was really nice talking to you. Same here. So bye bye. Take care.
Take care.